Hello everyone, and welcome to this video studying measures of central tendency. You know, like mean, median, mode, and range. Yeah, we couldn't possibly have anything more to learn about, stuff like that. Let's get started. Here we're going to focus on studying what I refer to as MMMR IQR, which is mean, median, mode, range, and interquartile range, the last of which we should probably take an extra second to study. Let's start with a quick rundown of the first set of vocab here. We'll start with mean, which for math is adding all the values up and then dividing by how many values you have. Next is the median, which is the middle value when the data is arranged. Anyway, there's mode, which is the most commonly occurring value in the data, and then there's range, which is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. Finally, there's outlier, which is when all of your data seems to fit a trend, except for that one point that lies outside of the rest. We need to know what quartiles are. A quartile is when you take a quarter of the data. So here we would take the median of 71, and that splits it into a lower half and an upper half. But we can also split that half into another half. So 77 would be a quartile because it takes 1/4 of the data. 64 would also be a quartile because it's another quarter of the lower half of the data. Now we could get an interquartile range because it's the range of the two numbers that represent the middle half of the data. We use Q to represent a quartile. So 64 would be called Q1 and 77 would be Q3. Then we would take the data and make a box and whisker plot, which is essentially a way to visually see the values that we're using across the data. Our median, middle value, goes in the center. Our quartiles come next, marking the middle half of the data. And our minimum and maximum mark the very endpoints of the set of data. Our first of 3 examples is going to ask us to solve for the mean, median, and mode of some test scores. I'll get the mean by adding all the values up and dividing by 6. And I get a final result of 76. Next, I'll get the median by ordering the numbers from least to greatest and picking out which one is in the middle. Uh-oh, there's 2 numbers in the middle. We'll have to go halfway in between them. There. Finally, for the mode. There is no mode for this one since no numbers repeat. Now for part B, remove the outlier. How does this removal affect the new mean, median, and mode? All these numbers are in the 70s except for 96. 96 must be our outlier. If we remove it, we must now do a new mean, median, and mode. Remember that after I add them all together, I am only dividing by 5 since one of the numbers has been taken out. Our mean now is 72. Next, for the median, when we arrange these from least to greatest, the middle number now is 72 since we've got 71 and 70 below it and 73 and 74 above it. And if there wasn't a mode before, there still isn't one. However, we're asked how does this affect the mean, median, and mode? Well, it reduces the mean by 4, lowers the median by 0.5, and doesn't change the mode. Our second example is interquartile range, which means we're going to have to determine the quartiles. It helps when we're trying to find the median in this one that the numbers are already arranged from lowest to highest, so we can find the median pretty quickly just by counting down. Speaking of counting down, we'll need to do just what we did with the median to get Q1 and Q3. To get our interquartile range then, we'll take Q3 and subtract Q1. Our interquartile range is 26. We're going to check for the minimum, Q1, median, Q3, and maximum. Those values are 0, 20, 38, 46, and 53. Now that we have those 5 values, we're going to have to place them on the number line so that this can be to scale. Now we build the box between Q1 and Q3, and the whiskers from the quartiles to the minimum and maximum. And we're done. This box and whisker plot is finished. To sum up the notes today, MMMR and IQR, we've got mean, median, mode, range, and interquartile range. And to go along with all those things, we have the box and whisker plot to kind of show off these values. Wish you the best of luck with this. Stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!